Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have an episode of Fine Ass Barista. Yes, another video finally on this series. I'm really excited about this one because honestly right now it's just my go-to. I have this sudden obsession with cinnamon flavored lattes, and it's also something that I make a lot at work. So I'm going to show you how to kind of make your own version at home. Today we are going to make two versions of an iced chai latte. Well, three. We're gonna make three, but like two, but like three. You feel me? All right, so before we get started, go ahead and subscribe down below. Click the notification bell so that you know when I'm uploading a video, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. I have already pre-recorded the ingredients that we're using. I boiled some water in my little kettle. So right now, for the second version of our chai, which we call a dirty chai, which is when you mix espresso with your chai tea, I'm going to go ahead and get my little espresso machine. It's not a fancy one yet, but you know, it do what it do when it need to do it. You feel me? So we're gonna get some water. And I usually use just spring water out of the bottle. I fill it up to the line. I'm gonna put that water to the side. I'm gonna take a little spoon, and I have all of my blonde espresso. So I prefer blonde espresso because it has more of a caffeine content. You can use a darker roast if you want. As far as I know, Starbucks is the only one with a blonde roast, because I do try mom and pop shops when I go out of town and nobody has any idea what blonde roast is. So whatever roast you want to do with espresso is fine. I prefer blonde because caffeine content is higher and because it has a lighter taste. I don't really like the coffee taste. I just like the effects of coffee. So we're gonna just fill this up, and I think this particular espresso kettle makes about 3 shots. Most people get maybe a single shot or a double shot in their chai at work, but it really just depends on how much you need. But we're gonna fill this all the way up for the purpose of the video, to which I just finished my caffeine, and I don't really need more, but you know, it's not gonna go to waste, so it's all right. Okay, I think that is about filled up. We're gonna mush it down. Put that to the side. Screw that back on. And then this actually goes on the stove, and it's going to need to boil for however long it needs to boil. Next, we have our mason jar. Just going to take the lid out. And I have the Tazo tea, and it's the vanilla caramel chai. You can't get a regular chai. They have chai in all different brands, but this was the first one I picked up and immediately fell in love with it. So it is what we are using today. I'm only going to use 1 tea bag because chai also has caffeine in it. So if you're someone who doesn't need a lot of caffeine but just want like a wake me up, I would honestly stick to this version without the extra caffeine shots that we're going to do next. So I'm going to put some hot water in this and be right back. This has about 1 cup of water in it. You can already see that it is steeping. Honestly, it's so nice to just watch it. Maybe I have a problem. Maybe. Anyway, so I just like to watch it. It's gonna steep for roughly 5 minutes, which is the recommended. So I'm gonna give it those 5 minutes. This has now been steeping for 5 minutes. I'm gonna take our tea bag out and throw it away. Our espresso shots are also finished, so those are off to the side. And I also pulled out some oat milk. My preference is actually Chobani oat milk, but people have been buying it up and I can't find it anywhere right now. So this is what we have today. Also, you can use any sweetener that you like Today we're just going to use a little bit of sweetened condensed milk. I've also seen people come in and get it with like white chocolate or extra pumps of vanilla just to sweeten it a little bit. But whatever sweetener you decide to use is fine. If you don't want to use any sweetener, that's also fine too. I know people who drink their tea without any sweetener. Or if you plan on to use any creamer or sweetened milk, that might be sweet enough for you. So it all just depends on your personal preference. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this sweetener, which is going to come out very slow. And I just prefer sweetened condensed milk over like a regular sugar. I'm gonna mix it up. You're gonna see it's gonna kind of start to change. All right, so then we're gonna put some oat milk in here. Just gonna do a splash just in case I put too much sweetener in there. But we're also gonna go in with this almond milk creamer, and it's actually a sweet cream. And we're gonna put a dash of that in there. And we're gonna fill it up with ice. So now we have our iced chai. We're gonna mix it up. Ooh, that's really, really good. Ah, that's really good. I really don't need more caffeine. But that's really good. These days, I'm not into heavily sweetened coffees like I used to be. When I was younger, I was like, oh my God, people who drink black coffee have no souls. And now I realize that I'm venturing into drinking coffee that is just black or doesn't have any creamer in it. And I don't know if I'm showing my age or if I'm just eating my words. Probably both. This is your first version of the iced chai. You can add whatever you want to it, but if you don't really want to make a run to the store or to like a coffee shop, to your local coffee shop, you can make your own iced chai at home. For our second version, we have our espresso shots, and this is called our dirty chai. I'm not going to pour all the shots in there because we don't have space in this particular cup, but this is called a dirty chai. If you just need some extra espresso, some extra kick in your bloodstream, this is what people do. That actually almost fit all of it. And we're gonna just stir it just enough for it to mix. And now you have your dirty chai. It's like basically overflowing, but oh, this is also really good. It could use some more ice, so it could be like ice cold. Like I like chilled for my caffeine beverages. I don't drink too many hot beverages because they put me to sleep. So that's just a personal preference, but this is called a dirty chai. And this is your second version of an iced chai at home. And for your third version of chai tea latte, if you just want to keep it hot, prepare it the same way, except I would put it in an actual coffee mug instead of a mason jar. And if you don't have a frother, you can either warm your milk up on the stove or you can warm your milk up in the microwave. Just be cautious and make sure that you're watching your milk because it can bubble over very, very quickly, whether it's on the stove or whether it's in the microwave. You may or may not get that froth if that's what you're into, but the milk will be warm. You can still add your sweeteners, you can still add whatever else you want to do it in there, except you just have warm milk. And that is essentially a third version of this chai tea latte. So that's all I got for you. I just wanted to give you some at-home ideas because I know a lot of us are just trying to figure out how to do things at home, whether it's to save money or whether it's like me and you just don't want to leave the house. So that is all we have for today, and I will see you guys on the next video. Love you, bye.